This Miss Renee, and welcome back to another episode of Mukbangs and Money. I am here with a quick little seafood boil, nothing extravagant. Thumbnail. I didn't want a lot. It seems like a lot though, but I didn't want a lot. I just wanted to sit down and chit chat with y'all. I've been working all weekend. I'm so tired. Yes, I'm tired. And my head cut off. So I just wanted to do this real quick. So look, I got my homemade beloved sauce that's not gonna taste nothing like hers. I can't wait till they start selling it again because I want me another pack. I should have bought 2 packs at the time. I knew it, but I didn't. But like I said in my last video, you know, the beloved sauce that I make is pretty good, and I'm getting better. I'm getting better and better and better. I want to start putting some brown sugar in the one that I make, because I don't put any chicken broth in here, any vinegar, or any brown sugar. I put a little bit more seasoning in there this time because, like I said, when you look at her seasoning pack, it's like full of seasoning. It be so thick and rich with seasoning that you have to basically like help it calm down. So anyway, we're gonna say grace. Lord, thank you for the food that you have given me. Bless the food. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Okay, so I didn't do any potatoes or any eggs. I just did corn, mussels, and shrimp because this is gonna be quick. But anyway, let's eat. Let's eat. Let's eat. Let's eat. I love mussels. I done started loving mussels. I done started loving mussels. I got the big garlic up in here. My butter sauce is hot. As you can see, my food is steaming hot. So crazy. I have had a very busy week. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about this year. I know we eat a lot on here, but my passion is money. And when I say money, I don't just mean prosperity. I mean being prosperous in every area of your life. With health being the #1 thing. I just feel like I gotta put some brown sugar in here now. It's just like, since I've had the other beloved sauce, her beloved sauce, I just feel like it's something missing now. Anyway, I love to talk about prosperity, money, how to make money. I really want to be like the next rags to riches story. Don't everybody. But I'm really interested. I've been studying millionaires for a while. Studying what they do. What they do in their spare time. What do they do? What do they think about? What are their interests? You know, where do they go? Like, I'm so interested. It's hard to pinpoint though, because you got different millionaires. You got, you know, your athlete. Then, you know, your athlete does different things from a stockbroker. But even though rich people have different pastimes, have different things that they do differently, there are some things, maybe you can narrow it down to maybe 2 or 3 things that every millionaire does just the same. And I think I can honestly say that work ethic is number 1. The reason why I say work ethic, because as I looked at all the millionaires that I, you know, watched, from entertainment to athletes to stockbrokers and businessmen and inventors, I noticed they all had a different kind of work ethic. Number 1, they work a lot. But they work a lot, but they work in a systematic way. Like, a lot of them do a lot of the same things every day. Like, not many of them actually get up and sporadically do things. Like, a lot of them, like, let's just say they have set things that they do every day. You know, a lot of them get up at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. They don't sleep a long time. They definitely don't lay in the bed and just, you know, play. You know, they don't do none of that. Let's just say they get up every day at 5 in the morning. Once they get up, a lot of them eat the same thing. you know, every morning, if they eat anything at all. They get up, and the first thing they do is they do something like start reading. You know, they might check on their stocks, check their bank account, you know, look at they, you know, and another thing is rich people keep a schedule. They don't wake up aimlessly like, oh, what I'm going to do today. No, a lot of them know a month ahead of time what they going to do next, you know, 3 Tuesdays from now. Schedule already made out. What they going to eat, who they going to visit, probably what they going to wear. It's automatically done already. Anyway, I really don't even want to stay on that subject that long. But it's just something that I realized about rich people. The way they spend their day. Everybody got 24 hours in a day. Rich people usually make the most of each and every minute of the day. Whereas we may have the tendency to, let's just put it this way. We spend 2 or 3 hours a day on FaceTime. They spend 2 or 3 hours a day on coming up with apps. We spend time on the app. They spend time coming up with apps. You know, we spend time watching TV. Rich people spend time creating TV shows. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the difference between rich people and poor people. That's one of the things that I realized. It's a difference in the way we spend our time. A big difference. I'm gonna give me some pickled ginger. I'll be right back. All right. I'm back. So, it's a lot of things going on. I'm telling you, ever since I had B-Love's sauce, it's like I can't even eat the sauce the way I used to make it no more. It's a shame. But, so, everybody know that it doesn't even matter how much money you got. If you're not healthy, if you're not healthy. Health is the #1 form of wealth. You gotta be healthy. Which brings me to my next topic. So, I just wanted to let y'all know that your girl has finally broke down and decided that I'm gonna have weight loss surgery. I know. My husband don't want me to do it. My mother don't want me to do it. But, you know, I'm just ready. I'm ready to do something different. And I don't want nobody talking me out of it. I'm just gonna do it. So, you know, I have been thinking about it for a few years. And at first, you know, especially when my husband was like, I don't want you to do it, you know. My mom was like, I don't want you to do it, you know, so I kind of backed down off of it and was like, okay, I'm not going to do it. But my recent trip to the doctor changed my mind. I got on the scale. I was like, I ain't gonna even be able to do it. I will flabbergasted. I was like, what? What? I was like, This ain't gonna work. Not at all. So I went and wrote down the information. Made sure my insurance will pay for it. I have an appointment on October the 17th for an orientation. No, I'm not having the full gastric bypass. I'm just going to do the sleeve. Excuse me. The sleeve is where they just cut off like the lower part of your stomach. And her hip. They just cut off the lower part, the lower portion of your stomach. I'm gonna do it. Most of the time, you're only in the hospital for about 2 days. And within 7 days, you're back to work. Back to life as usual. Like I said, I known a few people who got the whole bypass surgery, but I do know a few people who just had the sleeve. One person in particular, she just had it this year, earlier this year, and she already a size 4. And she could barely hold any food down. I said that wrong. She can barely eat any food. Couple of bites. And she wrapping up her food. So, I'm gonna do it. I really don't know what I'm a mukbang once I get done. But I do know that once I'm approved for the surgery, they still not gonna let me have the surgery for like 6 months, because they gotta send you through all this evaluation. They gotta run so many tests on you to see if your body can handle it. Make sure you're good. So what I plan to do is condition my mind and my body to get ready to have the surgery. You know, I'm going to stop eating sugar, which means, you know, basically I'm going keto. Oops, sorry. I'm going keto. So no more of these. Not that I eat that stuff all the time, but I'm talking about just things that turn into sugar, like bread, rice, you know, potatoes and stuff like that. I'm going cold turkey. Once I get approved, I'm going cold turkey. No more. I'm going straight keto, because they also want you to lose, like, excuse me. They also want you to lose, like, I think it's 10% of your body weight. That's one of the stipulations for getting the surgery. So I gotta come up with a plan to lose weight anyway. And plus, when I get done, I wanna be in the mindset of not gaining it back. So, you know, because some people do have this surgery and gain it back. Matter of fact, I have heard of a person that have had the surgery twice. I think they had the sleeve first. And then had the bariatric surgery. You know, the whole full bariatric. But anyway, I don't want to have it twice. And I don't want to gain my weight back. I probably wouldn't have it again, no way. If I did have it and then gain my weight back, I wouldn't have it again. I'm not putting my body under all that stress. I think I'm going to take the rest of this seafood and make a gumbo with it. Because I'm kind of tired of seafood boils now. I've done a lot over the last 30 days. And I like seafood, but I like seafood different ways. Not just dipping it in butter. I really liked it the best when I made it with the chicken broth. You know, it was like a chicken base. It was thick, you know. Oh my goodness. And I think I did it with some noodles, like a chicken noodle seafood thing. That was the best right there. That was the best. Y'all gotta try that. Anyway, I'm gonna keep y'all updated. I believe that I'm gonna use this channel and go through my whole thing with it. I'm gonna put it all on here. I'm gonna go with y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go with me to my orientation, to my doctor visits. Maybe we'll start doing keto meals, keto mukbangs, so that I can lose 10% of my body weight. And I want to stop eating sugar and stuff because, you know, sugar feeds all kinds of disease. I think they said when it boiled down to it, that sugar is the main cause of most diseases, most cancer, most just disorders. And you know, people were saying that, you know, keto stopped kids from having seizures. And you know, I've seen this stuff do some amazing things. So I want my way of life, you know, even after I have the surgery, I want my way of life to be keto. I do. Because being healthy and getting this surgery is just a kickstart. It's just the beginning. You know, you have to maintain it. You have to want to stay thin. You know, I look at this. This is the way I look at this. I look at this as somebody giving me $1 million. Just because somebody give you $1 million don't mean you're going to keep $1 million. You got to figure out how to take that $1 million that somebody just gave you and stay rich with it. Or in, you know, 3 or 4 years, you'll be done ran through it and be back poor. That's the same thing about that. That's the same way I'm looking at this surgery. I'm looking at it like somebody giving me a second chance. I'm looking at it like somebody saying, hey, you spent 20 years of your life, 27 years of your life, you know, not loving yourself, not caring about yourself, being depressed, being overwhelmed, and you look to food as your comfort, as your as the only thing you had. You know, you love food. We come from families that love to cook. You know, we come from families that eat fat back and ham hocks and pork this and beef that, and you know, meatloaf and mashed potatoes with gravy and biscuits and homemade cakes and pies and cookies, you know. So you got to retrain yourself. You have to you have to look at it as a fresh start. And I'm looking at this surgery as a fresh start, like somebody just gave me a new body. And what you gonna do with it though? Because if you keep the same frame of mind, you'll be fat again. If you continue to be depressed, if you continue to do all of the things that got you this way, then you still gonna be that way. Could I exercise and lose weight? Could I go on keto and stick with it and create an exercise regimen and you know, just lose the weight myself? Yeah, I could. But let me ask you this question. If somebody gave you two options, option A was to start from where you are and figure out how to get rich, to get wealthy. I'm talking, you know, a couple $1,000,000. Let's just say, okay, let's not even do that. Let's say $500,000, 500,000, 200,000. Let's just say that, like, let's just say, you know, somebody charged you with the option, like, hey, you could be rich, you could do this, you could save your money, you could stop your spending habits, you could drive a lesser value car. You, instead of that Escalade or that Range Rover you drive, you could go buy a little car for $5,000 so you don't have to pay that note. That big old house you live in, you don't have to live in that house. Go buy you an $80,000 house with a you know, cash, you know. That's what you can afford. Like you living beyond your means. Like scale back a little bit and don't get your nails done and don't get your hair done. And I'm talking about save and invest and invent and come up with copyrights and patents and stuff like that. You know, we're talking ownership here. Millionaires is about ownership. They own stuff. They got keys. You ever seen a person who got a whole lot of keys? They usually a boss, because boss have keys. Bosses have keys. They open doors. You know, if the average person got about 2 or 3 keys on their key ring because they don't own anything. You don't own anything. You got about 3 keys. One for the front door, one for the back door, and one for the car. That's it, because you don't own nothing. Option B, I'm going to give you $1 million. You ain't got to work for it. You ain't got to scrape for it. You ain't got to do nothing else for it. I'm going to just give it to you and see what you do with it. Now, I want you to be honest. Which one would you do? Option A or option B? I'll wait. Yeah, I'll take option A. Yeah. You're going to give me $1 million with no strings attached. Matter of fact, I don't even got to pay you back. You just going to give me $1 million. Yeah. I'll work with it. I'll work with it. You know, it ain't much, you know. I'll work with it, you know. But That's how I feel about this surgery. I feel like instead of having to do all that work, and I really still feel like there's work involved. It just won't be as much as having to lose, 150 pounds or whatever. The long way, the hard way. But I still think there is sacrifice involved. There's sickness involved. There's recovery time involved. There's pain involved. There's you still have to eat right when you come out of surgery. So you still have to have some type of self-control. And, if you're smart, you'll work out because you're losing weight at a rapid pace. I've seen a lot of people, their hair fall out, their skin get different, because you not putting in as much, food and nutrients as you was before. So your body just like have this reaction, and I want to be ready. I'm going to be taking biotin pills. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff to make sure that my hair don't fall out, my nails and everything stay good, my skin stay good, and I'm going to stay away from the sugar altogether. Like no sugar at all. I'm just going on a sugar strike for at least a year. I don't want anything that has sugar in it. So there's still some sacrifice involved. Just like if somebody gave me $1 million, I think there'd still be some sacrifice involved. Like you still are going to have to maintain that money. Just because somebody gave you $1 million doesn't mean that you about to just go out and spend and go smoke the best weed and drink and pop bottles and party, or you will be broke. You have to figure out what type of business you're going to open, what type of ownership are you going to have? How many houses are you going to buy? Are you going to open a car wash? Are you going to do a funeral home? Are you going to, invest? Are you going to partner up with someone? Are you going to, you got to figure out what you're going to do with the money in order to stay rich. Because my thing is, I need that million. I probably will use $500,000 of the million to invest and to just like before I even buy me some shoes, I'm trying to figure out which stock I'm going to purchase, how many houses am I going to buy and renovate. I want to open up some type of hall. I want to have like an apartment building, like a shelter or some type of place where battered women and children and like families can go to rehabilitate themselves and to have a place to stay if they lose their way. I got a lot of things that I would like to do, and I was probably spend $500,000 of that money investing in ownership, patents. I got some inventions that I've been wanting to do. So I would definitely get me some patents, I would build a portfolio like really quick, like real quick. I will probably invest in the marijuana industry. I will probably, and I'm talking medical marijuana because, they are having, great things that's happening with you know, different patients. You know, they did a study on this guy who stuttered real bad, and once he drank the tea or whatever, it took his stutter away. So, you know, CBD has like great effects on the medical industry, and you can't deny it. Like, you can say what you want to say, but you cannot deny it. I definitely would probably try to get a hand in the pharmaceutical industry, because there's so many people taking different kinds of drugs, you know. So, and I don't think that's ever gonna stop. So pharmaceutical industry, the medical field, all that kind of stuff, I feel that these things are always going to be around. So I would do that. But the rest of it, I would buy me a nice 4 or 5 bedroom house. Buy a couple cars. And when I say buy, I don't mean lease. I mean purchase, cash out on a house and a couple of cars. I would deck my house out the way, you know, I like it, but it would be all done inexpensively, because first of all, I ain't never had nothing too expensive anyway. So I don't need to, I mean, you know, really just having all new furniture would be a different thing for me, you know. Having, you know, a up-to-date car that's paid off, that would be new to me. You know, I'm telling you, I'm in grind mode right now. I'm in grind season, and I'm slowly climbing my way up the success ladder in every area of my life. And I've made a lot of sacrifices so far, but I'm ready to go from level to level to level to level. I'm climbing up on each level, and I'm accomplishing what I came to do. So I just wanted to let you guys know, and I'm going to take you guys on this journey with me, because this channel started off as healthy and wealthy, but I changed it to mukbangs and money, because I love mukbangs. I love eating. I love, and it's just a new trend. I did it because it's the new trend, and everybody is watching people eat and everything like that. But we definitely want to have something to say while we eating. You know, you can't have people's attention and just be dumb and ignorant. You know, I mean, you can, and it's a lot of people out here who, you know, they love it. But, you know, me, I want to do something with some substance. I want to be a part of promoting health, love, forgiveness, relationships, family, hope, wealth, health, the whole thing. Like, I don't have much time, you know, to play around no more. You know, I spent a lot of my time like just wasting time. And so now I'm like, I got a millionaire mindset now. I want to make the most of every moment of the day. And if I'm going to get on camera and talk, I want to do something or say something that will uplift you and change something, and give you some type of hope, give you some type of, you know, I want to just, you know, I want to be, I'm letting God use me right now. I'm letting God use me. And I don't want to mess it up. So I done messed a whole lot of stuff up, including my body. I let it get out of hand, and now I'm about to get it under control. And I'm so glad about that, because once I get that under control, then I'll probably have the confidence that I need to do a lot of other things. So pray for me. Keep me in your prayers, and I'm going to keep you in my prayers. Keep me in your prayers. I'm going to keep You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I love you. And guess what? I hope and pray that we all make it